Forbidden man's dirty best friend, taboo teacher coming home. Hard older man and innocent younger woman short sex story. From the series Filthy Inexperienced Brat Taken No. 7. Written by Owena Eden. Narrated by Jessica Howard.
Chapter 1. Victoria felt her stomach fluttering a little. She couldn't believe she'd agreed to model for an art class. There had been a sheet on the board in the student lounge. It had said that the figure drawing class was looking for models, and that they would be willing to pay a fairly decent wage for people to pose for them. According to the sign, they were looking for both men and women, and had wanted people of all different shapes and sizes to pose for them. Victoria had pulled off one of the small strips of paper that had dangled from the ad, and had called them as soon as she was able to. She wanted to find a job that didn't require a large time commitment, so in the beginning, the job seemed perfect. The woman she'd talked to over the phone had sounded very nice. It turned out that she wouldn't need to pose all the time, and some of the times that she was working, she'd be keeping her clothes on. She felt a little nervous when she told her mother and stepfather about her job. Her stepfather's best friend, a gorgeous, panty-wetting hunk of a man, was actually one of the art teachers at the school. He'd known her for years from when she was a kid. So the thought of the chances that it might be him that was drawing her in the nude made her nervous. But as far as she knew, he did figure drawing for years, but he didn't at her school, which was the class that she'd be posing for. Victoria knew she'd be 1,000 times more nervous and uncomfortable if she knew that the man more than twice her age that she secretly had the hots for would be seeing her naked. Another thing she'd known and heard for years was about how huge of a cock Seamus had. She'd never had the chance to verify this rumor, but she often fantasized about his size and power, and him having his way with her. Both her mother and Seamus had been very supportive of her decision to take the posing job. Seamus obviously knew more about the job, and had told her that she had the potential to make some good money, and her mother had been happy that finally Victoria was finding a way to earn a little extra income. Victoria had shown up a few times to pose, and things had started out well. She was supposed to show up half an hour early, so that the teacher could talk to her about what was happening in class that day, and give her and the other models a chance to relax and get comfortable. There were 5 people who'd been hired to pose for the class, and the teacher had told all of the models that if they were nervous or uncomfortable, that they would look and feel tense, and it would make it harder for the students to draw them properly. The female teacher who was running the class had taken some extra time to talk to Victoria and the other girl who'd agreed to pose, in order to make sure that both of them were
Sample complete. Ready to continue?